Happy Monday, friends. It's Motivational Monday with Miss Kelly. Last week, we talked about how to battle those worries. We talked about some grounding techniques along with some breathing techniques that go along. So today, I thought we would maybe kind of just tweak things a little bit and talk about just how amazing you guys are. And that, did you know that each of you have a special remote? Let me explain. Our special remote is our beautiful brain. And it helps guide us, doesn't it? Help us make good decisions, helps us make right decisions. Well, in Miss Kelly's office, we all make a little remote control. And our remote control helps us make those good choices, those good decisions, and helps us stop and think before we act. So I thought I would maybe just hop on for a minute and share that with you and what that looks like. So even if you want to pick up your own remote at home, take a peek at it. And you might see a channel changer. Well, the channel changer helps us stay focused on one thing at a time. Now, why I'm talking about all this is things are maybe a little different, aren't they, right now? Maybe your schedules are a little bit different. You're doing schoolwork a little bit differently. Well, friends, all of this is kind of called, if you will, being a flexible thinker. We're being flexible in the way we think because our schedule and things are different right now. So as I digressed for just a second, go ahead and pick up that remote again. And you might look at a channel changer. Now, as you're pressing the channel changer, you're going to one channel at a time, right? Not 17. We couldn't possibly think of 17 things all at once. So the channel changer helps us also in our beautiful brain keep things centered and focused on one thing at a time. If it's time to do reading, let's focus on reading. If it's time to hop on Zoom, then we're hopping on Zoom and we're focusing on what that lesson is for that day. And moving forward, there's a pause button. There's a pause button on all remotes. So go ahead and take a peek at the pause button. The pause button helps us stop. It helps us pause and it helps us think. Think about making right choices. Think about making good choices and good decisions. Our fast forward button. What could happen? What could happen if I made that choice? What's a consequence that may follow with that? Right? Both good and maybe not so good. Rewind. We all have a rewind button in our beautiful brain. We all sometimes get, I could have done that. I should have done that. I coulda, shoulda, woulda done that, right? The rewind button gives us that opportunity to make things right. It gives us a second chance at making something wrong, turning it into a right. Our slow motion button is just that. It helps us slow down. Helps us take one thing at a time. Remember, not 7 things, but one thing. Helps us calm our body. Helps our brain stay nice and opened. Allowing that, here's my word, flexibility. Being a flexible thinker, friends. We're all actually in this boat together with being flexible. I'm going to be hopping on next week to talk about a couple other buttons in our remote. So stay tuned. Again, we miss you. We love you. We're wishing you well. We're wishing you peace. And remember our key word for today, friends. Being a flexible thinker. Going with the flow, being flexible in how we think, also creates flexibility in our brain and flexibility and peace throughout our body. Until then, friends, I wish you well and peace. See you later.